everyone, so today is all about Kyuhyun. I'm going to be watching one of those helpful guide videos about Kyuhyun. So if anyone is unfamiliar specifically with Kyuhyun, hopefully this video will give you guys some insight. And also, I kind of want to test my knowledge on Kyuhyun. So I like to think that I know a little bit more than the average person about Kyuhyun, just because I've been watching so much Super Junior content, and we will be going through his solo music in the upcoming weeks and whatnot. So I will be doing this for every single member of Super Junior, just going back and watching these guide videos on the members individually. And if there's any facts that I know, then I will share it with you all. But I just like to think of these videos as sort of like a quiz for me. So with all that being said, let's watch this video on Super Junior's evil, savage maknae, aka one of Yesung's Jerry's. Yesung has a Tom and Jerry relationship with Eunhyuk and Kyuhyun. Okay, but anyway, let's watch this. Mango is such a great song. All right. Okay. Wait. You know what I find very interesting? The members' English names. Anyway, all right, so we all know his name is Kyuhyun. Born February 3rd, 1988. His English name is Marcus Cho. Marcus. Does Kyuhyun look like a Marcus to you? I don't know. He looks more like a Steve. I don't. Does he look like a Marcus to you all? Let me know. He is born in 1988. Fun fact, up until recently, and by recently, I mean like this year, I learned that he is not a 90s baby. I thought he was born in the 90s. I thought he was a 90s kid. And then on top of that, I thought Eunhyuk was the maknae. So do what you want with that piece of information. But yeah, he is the main vocalist, maknae, aka the youngest member. I don't know much about zodiac signs, so I can't really comment on that. Kyuhyun entered SM Entertainment in 2006 when he was 18 years old. His father was strongly against it, but Kyuhyun managed. Oh my gosh. I don't think I've seen, hold on a second. Okay, I don't think I've seen that clip of him singing, like originally. Okay, anyway, in 2006, Super Junior became a permanent group and re-debuted with a 13th member. Yes, and for more information on this, you guys could watch Super Junior's documentary, The Last Man Standing. It is on Hulu or Disney Plus, depending on where you live. It is very informative documentary. It's one of the best. Highly recommend you guys check it out. Okay. And yes, I love their debut stage. It's iconic. I mean, Kyuhyun's debut stage. So he had only trained for 3 months. Compared to like I Love You. This song is a classic. But hold on a second. But debuting wasn't easy for Kyuhyun, who had joined Suju without expecting it. That is true. He didn't know that he would be debuting in Super Junior. Their early years, everything was so uncertain. Suju had already trained and performed without him, and fans didn't want a 13th member. He didn't even have a bed in the dorms, so he slept on random bedroom floors for months. Okay, that I did not know. Oh my gosh, look at that. Total maknae. Okay, that thing about the dorms and the bedroom and sleeping on the floor, I didn't know that. Everything turned out fine, though, and he is now a beloved member of Suju. So I understand why people would be against having a 13th member in a group, because back in 2006, Super Junior was already considered a very large group with 12 members. So adding a 13th member, a lot of people felt overwhelmed. That's a lot of members and names to memorize and whatnot. Compared to nowadays, I mean, we have groups that are 13 members, we have groups that are 21 members, etc., etc. But back then, this was considered not the norm in K-pop. And I think just pop or just music in general, it wasn't very popular to have a group with so many members. I'm happy that they added Kyuhyun in, because what is Super Junior without Kyuhyun? Like, I can't picture it. I can't. But also one of the fans' favorite members thanks to his incredible vocal skills. Yes, his voice is so beautiful. So beautiful. And also he has the voice for musicals, which he does do musicals. I love this song. This song is so good. Kyuhyun is a member of SUPERJUNIOR-K.R.Y, K-pop's very first subunit created in 2006. The unit has an EP, several singles, and OST contributions to Suju's album and tours under its belt. True. Kyuhyun was added to Super Junior M in 2008, which is a Chinese subunit. In 2010, Kyuhyun joined SM The Ballad, a project group made of SM's main vocalists. I have to really check this out because I keep hearing about it. And also, we do see a pattern with SM. SM has always been experimental. I mean, when it comes to adding new members to groups, doing project groups. Yeah, but anyway, I don't know much about this, but I really do have to check it out. I do see Jonghyun, so. During those times, he also recorded some solo OST and collaborated with other artists. Yep, his OSTs are so good. Yes, and he showed us some of his extra skills. He can play harmonica, clarinet, and piano. He's a one-man band. I mean, look at that. In 2014, SM finally gave him what everyone was waiting for, an official solo career. His first title track sold 2.5 million copies and got him multiple awards. To this day, the song is still loved by Koreans whether they are interested in idols or not. He still releases solo music, and his nickname is the Prince of Ballads. And he now has a solid career in Korea and Japan, so make sure to check out his discography, which we will be doing. Kyuhyun has many side activities. Musicals, yes. He has starred in 12 musicals. Wait a minute. First, we can mention musicals, as he is very active in that industry. Since 2010, he has starred in 12 musicals, and his performances get praised every time. I did not know that. I do know that he's in a lot of musicals. I love musicals, and he definitely has the voice for it. Same for Yesung and Ryeowook. We'll talk about them later. I didn't know it was 12 musicals since 2010. 12 musicals. I need a list. I gotta get the list of it. Oh my goodness. But like, listen to his voice. Yes. Oh my gosh, Phantom. Hold on a second. Like, how can you not get emotional like listening to that? Like his voice. I'm telling you, his voice is perfect for obviously like ballads and stuff, but just musicals. Okay. Kyuhyun also tried acting as he played in the web series Bongsun, The Woman Who Dies If She Loves in 2016. I didn't know about this. I knew that Kyuhyun was in musicals, but I didn't know that he tried acting like in a series. Has he done more acting or does he just stick to musicals? That's my question. Has he been in a movie? But what keeps him busy the most apart from singing is television. Yep. That's true. Okay. Actually, before I decided to like do a deep dive into Super Junior, I would watch the show New Journey to the West, and Kyuhyun is in that show, and I love that show. I started watching it because of Mino from Winner, but then I just loved Kyuhyun. Like, I love his energy. And then I recently watched Peak Time, which he is the lead judge, and I love seeing him in variety shows. So he basically hosts guests, joins judge panels, or becomes a contestant everywhere. And I hope they do mention when he sang, which was like the first time he sang publicly after like his accident. I hope they mention that in this video. I won't make a list in this video, but oh yeah, the King of Masked Singer. For the first time in the history of the show, a male idol singer becomes the King of Masked Singer. I mean, takes 5 wins in a row. You can follow him on his YouTube channel. Yes! You will find all kinds of content there, from cooking shows and vlogs and music sessions. He also uploads live and uploads videos afterwards. Yes. I've seen like a compilation of like funny moments. Now let's talk about more personal stuff, and there's a lot to say. Okay. Look at all of his nicknames. Game Q, Cho, Drunkard, Drama Q, Math Q, Dorm Q, Evil Q. Oh, because Eunhyuk and Kyuhyun, they lived in the dorms the longest. Evil Q, yes. Sexy Q, yes. Dancing Q, yes. Baby Q, Rap Q, etc., etc. Just use any word and finish with Q. That is true. But we should also mention Jerry. Tom and Jerry. One of the Jerrys, because Eunhyuk is the other Jerry. Poor Yesung. Dorm Q perfectly sums up his everyday life. Yep. He only shares with Eunhyuk when he works in Seoul. Stays because he wants to, and it also allows the group to keep the place. I love that. Okay. Hold on. I do like that they still kept their dorm because it's a base for all the members. So if they're in Seoul or whatever, they could just like hang out in the dorms and whatnot, like a home away from home. Anyway, and this is their episode in Knowing Bros, which I did watch on Patreon if you guys want to see it. But anyway, this was such a good episode, and I think he's going to talk about how they're the idols that have been in the dorms the longest. I think that's this part. Yes, among all the idols in the world, I'm the one who's lived in the... It's a weird flex. I mean, but it's a flex. Aw. Oh yeah, his nephews. How freaking cute. Aww. He's always been a hardcore gamer. He often goes lives. Okay, so I haven't actually seen him play games. Hold on a second. I haven't seen him play games because I myself am not really a gamer, so I don't watch people play games. It's not really like my thing or anything. But anyway, I'm really happy that he is able to just play games and live stream and just be so casual. And overall, I'm just really happy that he has a YouTube channel. Just all the members of Suju, they have a channel and they're able to express themselves through their channels. And I know I say this every single time, but their channels are a perfect extension of themselves, of their personalities. You want to know more about Suju? Look at every single one of their channels. Anyway, he also loves drinking so much that a TV show gave him his Cho Drunkard nickname. He is invited to host guests on all shows that makes the cast drink. Has he been on Heechul's Street Alcohol Fighter? Which I know Kyuhyun had his own show, and I guess like Heechul sort of copied him. But has he? I think he has. He's also a good cook, which is incredible, as he could only prepare basic dishes a few years ago. But he taught himself and has become such an expert. I thought Leeteuk was the cook of the group. Oh yes, Kyuhyun is a math genius. Look at all that. Oh my gosh, Magic. I love Magic, the music video. Look at that, top 5%. In 2016, his master's degree thesis in... Wait, hold on a second. Wait. In 2016, his master's degree thesis in postmodern music also became a hot topic. Huh, I didn't know about that. He wrote about K-pop's current state and possible future growth. He analyzed K-pop's expansion in Asia to model strategies for other continents. He even used Suju's achievements as examples. Best promotion, of course. Wait a minute. I would love to read his thesis. And I occasionally say that I really want to hear the members talk about the business aspect or just the K-pop industry in general, because they've been part of it for so long and because they just have a lot of knowledge being in the industry, but also I think they have a really good idea on how the industry works just from a business point of view. And I did mention in one of my videos on Patreon during SJ Returns when Shindong and Siwon were together in one of the episodes, and they were just talking about like business things. And I really want to hear their input on just the K-pop industry. So the fact that Kyuhyun wrote a whole thesis on the industry and things like that, I really want to read it. Has he done a presentation on that? I would love to see it. I think, even though it was back in 2016, but I think it would still be valid to this day. Or I would just like for him to like update it. And especially with SM, oh my gosh, if I could just sit down and have a full conversation with him and be like, listen, what's going on in SM? What are your thoughts on the future? Let me know. Okay, so moving on. We can only praise him for his achievements as on April 19th, 2007. He almost lost his life while going home after a radio schedule. The van that drove him, Eunhyuk, Leeteuk, and Shindong tilted sideways on the highway and then turned over due to a burst tire. So if you guys see in Super Junior's documentary, The Last Man Standing, they go into a lot more detail on this accident. They show video footage and things like that. I didn't know the extent of this accident until I watched the documentary. If you guys get the chance, please, please, please watch Super Junior's documentary. I was so shocked to find out what Kyuhyun went through, and Heechul, which we'll talk about Heechul later on. Kyuhyun was ejected 20 meters away and was found lying on the road by Eunhyuk with his clothes torn and multiple injuries, convinced he was dying. He was rushed to the hospital with 6 fractured ribs that punctured his lungs and eventually fell in a coma that would last for 4 days, putting his fate in the hands of his parents and medical staff. The surgery that could save him only had a 20% survival rate and was to be performed from the throat, which could permanently damage his vocal cords even in the best case scenario. Again, when I say Kyuhyun is a walking miracle, he really is. 20% survival rate. I think a lot of people don't really understand everything that Suju has gone through. I mean, we don't really know everything that Super Junior has gone through, but it's just stories like this that it just puts a lot of things into perspective. And that's why you see every time they get the chance to perform, every time they get a chance to be with their fans, they take it. And I don't think they take what they do for granted. Moving on.
아니, 이 아이는 노래를 해야 하는 아이고 가수이고 노래 꿈을 가지고 있는 아이인데 목을 뚫으면 마지막 남은 이걸 가져가면 도대체 이 아이는 어떻게 앞으로 산다 해도 살아간단 말입니까?
수술을 해야 하는 상황이었지만 아들의 간절한 꿈을 지켜주고 싶었던 아버지. 아버지의 의료진 설득으로 목 대신 옆구리를 통해 받았다고 하는데요.
Surgery miraculously worked and Kyuhyun could recover. He was hospitalized for 3 to 4 months' time for his lungs and pelvis to heal. He rested for 5 months before resuming his activities, but even then, he had to take it easy. He only appeared in Suju's next comeback to sing one line, skipping their movie filming. So even though he had that line in Don't Dawn, it was still a very powerful line. When Kyuhyun enlisted in the military in 2017, he got exempt from active duties. So he left for public service and was discharged 24 months later. Kyuhyun is now healthy, even though his career was impacted once again in 2016, when he suffered from vocal cord nodules while performing in a musical. After his voice violently cracked on stage, he took a break to undergo surgery. And afterwards, instead of pitying himself, he went with a witty approach. I believe that. He shared before and after surgery pictures of his throat to entertain all that in the middle of his concerts. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Hold on a second. Makes people laugh in all situations. Yes, let's take his dancing skills as a... Listen, I love dancer Kyuhyun. Wasn't really taught how to dance. And despite what he says, his skills became solid enough. As you will see here, he was never the best. Wait, but next to Donghae, a lead dancer, he didn't look ridiculous at all. Of course not. And the thing is, Suju's choreographies, like, they have some choreographies that are so high energy. I mean, look at that. But his heart belongs to singing, so he doesn't spend his days dancing. But still, the man can move. So now when his skills are shown on television, it's mostly for him to make fun of them. I feel like Suju... Yes! I low-key want... I want to see him do... Hold on. I low-key want to see him do like a compilation dance video to Twice's songs along with Heechul. I highly doubt that's gonna happen. That's never gonna happen, let's be honest. But it would be funny to see. But anyway, going back to the whole dancing thing, I gotta give props to Kyuhyun and just all the members because their concerts are high energy. Like, from start to finish, they don't stop. I mean, yes, they do have a couple of breaks here and there, but still, and the fact that they're still actively performing. I mean, they just had their fan party and their super shows and stuff, and they still do all the choreographies full out. I mean, it's not easy. So I gotta give props to Super Junior, honestly. The same can be said about his rapping, as he's surprisingly not too bad when he tries. He's not good either, let's be realistic. Okay, but he looks good while rapping. He won't work on it. He just wants to make people laugh, especially because it gives us hilarious moments. The Rap Q album, yes, when? He remains the funniest when he is with friends, though. He even has a Q line. Wait a minute. I did not know about this. It is his group of best buddies that includes TVXQ's Changmin, SHINee's Minho, and NCT's Doyoung, plus EXO's Suho, who comes and goes. I didn't know about this. Where's the collab? I want to see a collab. Is there a video of all of them just hanging out? Like a vlog? Can Kyuhyun do a vlog with all of them? Look at Changmin. They gather around drinks and games. Oh. Oh my gosh! This is the video? This is the video. Oh my gosh, I've seen this. So long. Was it this one? How do they have better legs than me? This was in Super SJ Returns 4.
좀 유독 좋아하세요. 네, 그래서 항상 저를 보면 이렇게 막 형 좀 안아달라고, 형 좀 뽀뽀해달라고 막 그래요. 귀엽고.
Oh my gosh, I love this. Don't think he's ungrateful. On the contrary, he gladly returns the love he receives. Yep.
제 무릎에 앉으실래요? 뉴스긴 한데 이거 어떻게 되는 거지? 무슨 뉴스예요?
똥알.
我喜欢东海. 아.
特别喜欢东海.
제가 아낀다고 얘기했어요. 아낀다는
非常喜欢.
Ryeowook looks like the Maknae here, okay? Let's be honest. You need to know that Kyuhyun is the original evil Maknae. Yes! Oh my gosh. That SJ Returns episode was so good.
东海呢很帅，但是他瞎子。
I have never seen this clip.
도상 형 지금 뭔가 화장실 변기에 앉아 있는 화장실
Oh
변기에
no! Why would he say that? In an actual TV show.
기대 이하의 실력이다. 기대 이하의 실력이다.
Why would he say that about Eunhyuk? Oh no! Oh my god.
된다면 리더 자리를 치고 올라오겠다는 속셈이 있다고 얘기 들었어. 맞지? 오케이 오케이. 야, 맞다. 이거 확실하다. 이거 맞네. 리더를 했어야 되는데.
Oh gosh. For real, like, if he becomes the leader, even temporarily, pure chaos. Okay, so the majority of the things I already knew, but there were a couple of things that I didn't know. Specifically, that thesis of his. Like I said, I wonder if he did a presentation or something so I could watch it. But overall, Kyuhyun is the evil Maknae that everyone loves. I do wish that they would have incorporated a little bit of just him messing around with Yesung more. I mean, well, then again, just like Kyuhyun and Eunhyuk messing around with Yesung, because I love that. I love their Tom and Jerry dynamic. But anyway, huge shout out to the person that did this video. It was still very informative. I really enjoyed it. If you guys haven't seen Super Junior's documentary for The Last Man Standing, please, please, please do. I think that is one of the best ways that you could be introduced to Super Junior if you're still uncertain about who they are or their whole story. That documentary is very informative. Of course, the documentary doesn't show everything that they went through, like specifically that devil comeback and stuff. But needless to say, it is still a very good documentary. And yeah, so the next video, I will be checking out Kyuhyun's music, which I'm going to be honest, I'm not 100% familiar with his music, his solo music. I have listened to a couple of songs, but not all of them. So I'm really excited to watch these music videos with you all. And yeah, so for more Super Junior videos, you guys could head on over to my Patreon every Thursdays and Fridays. I watch SJ Returns and Super TV. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I will talk to you all next time. Bye.